Welcome, Prowl Nation. Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk coming at you. It's brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. We have a unique perspective on Jared Goff. He needs to go, right? Or does he? All right, we'll get to that content in just a minute, but now I'm going to bring in my main man, the man of Steele himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, and we're on that march to 10,000. So do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing. Just click the subscribe button, and you be part of the Prowl Nation family. And we need you. And today we're brought to you by Manscaped. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. But, I got to bring him in. He's the coolest man on the show. The ladies love him. My man, LL Cool Torrance. What's up, my guy?
Good morning, Proud Nation. What's up?
Hey, let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let go.
Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. And I'm going to start it off by kicking over to my main man, Jim.
Yeah, we've got to talk about Jared Goff. Is he the quarterback for this team? Yes, right now he is. And why do I say that? Because everybody's like, Goff's got to go. Goff is terrible. Well, to be honest, the rest of the team is terrible as well. And my take on this is, you know what? This is a build. This is the first year of our build. And I know we get emotionally involved in every single game, but we got to set that to the side, know that we're going to build, and we need to build the team around the quarterback position. Doesn't mean it's Jared Goff, but to be honest, I just don't think that this team is ready to win. And so we have a quarterback, may not be the guy that you want. And Curt has said this so many times. We have what we want, but not who we want. And at the quarterback position, I don't even think we have what we want. Curt, what do you got on this?
You look at Jared Goff, and I've seen these type of issues before. And a friend of mine, my man Sheriff Joe Bax, friend of the show, he said he has a propensity to lock on to targets. He said he finds somebody, he locks on to them. And we've just seen that so much here in the first few games in Detroit, where he locks onto one guy, the first read, and if it's not there, the play is pretty much over. You just see it so many times. Is he going to be the long-term solution in Detroit? Absolutely not. I mean, we just can't have this. I mean, Dan Campbell was like, look, he's got to step up. And, he was calling for all leaders on the team to step up. But, he's the quarterback. He's QB1. And if your leader is not out there making plays, how can he go out there and, pump up the guys or motivate the teammates around him? It's one point where no one was talking to Jared Goff on the sidelines on Sunday. So it just kind of was just sitting there, and people were just ignoring him and like kind of giving him the eye roll. So he's got to step it up. If he wants to stay anywhere, you know what I'm saying? If he wants to be a backup in Detroit, he's going to have to step his game up.
Good point. Good point. One thing that I love that you guys always make sure to emphasize is that we are in a build. I see a lot of memes and stuff. There was, or it was like a video, and they were, talking about the rebuild. And it's like, well, you have to have something to rebuild, blah, blah, blah. So I get it. I really like that point. We are in a build. And Jared Goff, is he the guy that's going to help us through this build? Probably not. But I guess this for what we have coming up, for everybody who wants to replace Jared Goff, I think this might be a good time, because the quarterbacks are coming out this year. I don't like them, but it's, everybody keeps saying, they'll need time to develop in XYZ. So let's say if we end up with one of them, they'll have time, because I believe that Jared Goff will at least be starting for the next couple of years.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that point. 100%.
This year,
but guess what? Oh, it's Manscaped Monday. And Curt, what do you got on that?
Hey, it's Manscaped Monday. You know what it is. Hey, let's, today's Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, Brian, is brought to you by Manscaped. So who is the best men's below the waist grooming champions of the world? You know who it is. It's Manscaped, baby. Offering precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just lost their 4th generation Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. It's the 4.0, joined over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With this exclusive offer, you get 20% off and worldwide shipping for free with the code DLOTP at manscaped.com. I actually tried the lawnmower this weekend, and it is definitely a precision tool. Works very well. No cuts and nicks or anything like that. Is very a good clean trimmer. So definitely tried it out. And the crop preserver deodorant, what I'm saying, for your undercarriage definitely keeps you nice and cool all day. So go over and check it out at manscaped.com. Use that code DLOTP for 20% off and free shipping worldwide. What you guys think about Manscaped?
I love it. It's absolutely great. I mean, for Lions fans who've been kicked in the balls for years, this is this is the product for you to cool them off after you just witnessed just the referees taking games away from us. Oh shoot, kick to the balls. I mean, so I mean, all of us have all that stuff going on. So you know what, guys, it's the best product out there. It really truly is. And I kid, but that it is honestly a very, very high end trimmer. Nose trimmer is amazing. The deodorant is amazing. And the cooling on that is very, very fine. They also have underwears and t-shirts too, as you can see. And those are amazing too. I mean, wear them too. So you know what? Manscaped. The promo code is what, Kurt?
DLOTP.
DLOTP, 20% off and free shipping if you click the link below. And speaking of below, what do you think of the products there, LL?
Well, one thing I want to point out, I really thought, or that I really think is dope, the wireless charging. When I first plugged it in, I was trying to figure it out, like what the hell? I was looking at the bottom of it, like there's nothing here. Like, how the hell am I going to charge this thing? I was like, well, maybe it's wireless. And exactly it was. That's why it pays to read, kids. So, but no, that is, man, I thought that was really dope, man. It's almost like some futuristic type stuff. Like I'm from the old school, I bought the, plenty of different beard trimmers and hair clippers and things like that. But this is some new age stuff right here. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, go over and get the kit for your manly bits over at manscaped.com. All right. DLOTP for 20% off and worldwide shipping. Jim, what's your family discussing topic for today?
I want to ask you guys, knowing that this is a build, knowing that what we're doing, do you think Jared Goff has to go? My opinion, personally, no, because we weren't going to win with any quarterback this year. I don't know. I think you could put Tom Brady back there, and I don't think we win this year. I just don't. I mean, this is a very poor team. It's a very bad roster. But you know what? We have some of the people in place that are making great plays, and we're going to talk about those people in just a little bit. Coming up first, we're going to talk about the defense, and we go to the offense, and then we got our boss ball out players of the game, and most of these players fall into the second category. Who got balled down on players of the ball this week?
Yeah, definitely.
But now we're going to go to Kurt for another message.
All right, definitely. You know what I'm saying. Make sure you go over to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com to check us out. Over there, some great articles written by, Queen of the Prowl, Valerie Bordeaux. We got Big Ferg over there. So go over and check us out on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. And while you're there, click on the link for LionsOnTheProwlShop.com and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. We got a new MCDC shirt over there. Let's buy some kneecaps.
That rocks.
Definitely. You go over and check it out. You look at the shirt behind Jim, the Lions on the Prowl family shirt. All of those shirts and much more are available right there on Lions on the Prowl shop.com. Now let's get into this defense, Jim, because it held up the first half, but that second half, you only can ask him to do so much for the whole game.
The defense was featured this week because the offense didn't do anything. So 37 minutes, I think the defense was on the field. These big fellas are sucking wind and let up some plays. But, man, they played really good in the first half, only giving up 10 points while we scored nothing. I just think we're putting too much on them. But some highlights, I hate to say this, but man, John Penasini, Ellie McNeil got in the quarterback's face there. There's so many people, honestly, that played well. Played really, really well. And I'm going to go through a few of them now. I don't want to take up all day. Derek Barnes, 9 tackles on only 33 snaps. Jalen Reeves-Maybin had 7. But the sacks, Julian Aquara, big number 99, shows up. Little brother getting a sack. Ooh, I loved it. Austin Bryant. There was another sighting from the milk carton era. He got a sack too. I thought the pressure was good, but not great all the time. I did like seeing Penasini in there. I think I did that in the preview. But our secondary, we did get an interception from Armani Arouarier, 1 interception there. He continues to play well, though. I don't know. It's really difficult because you have to cover for way too long. But the defense gave up quite a bit to me. They only gave up 271 yards to Burrow, but 3 touchdowns. That's a lot. They sacked him twice. And his QBR was only 62.6. That's actually pretty good, to be honest. But I thought the defense played really well and just got tired out. I really did. Yeah. I think the defense did all they could. They gave up 1 big play to me in the first half, and that kind of gave them their touchdown. Other than that, they were holding them. They would punt, we would get an interception, and then we did nothing. Yeah. That's the problem. The problem in this game for me was the next topic that we're going to talk about, and that is the offense.
Man, they sputtered all game, man. How about this? I give a lot of credit to the Bengals run defense. I think that, of course, you need to run to support our play action, and they stuffed that run, man. I know Curt had mentioned it last week. DJ Reader, he's been having a pretty good season. I didn't hear his name called that much, but he was around the ball. Like they got a big push on the inside. So obviously they did their scout and they knew exactly how we were going to try and run against them. We had a terrible, terrible, terrible first drive. On third downs, man, I like the phrase. I like the term third and golf, but I hate being in third and golf, man, because it's just the third down decision consistently, though. Like I get it. It's maybe not, just throw Jared Goff out into the Detroit River, nothing like that. But how many times, I'm certain you guys watched it. I don't know, how, wherever it was shown at, or how many different telecasts, but at a couple different points, they'll stop, they'll show the play that Jared Goff missed a couple of open guys. On that one, it was 1.5 open guys. I understand it was the linebacker was watching one of them, but Swift, the further guy to the right was wide open. They even said that's probably a house call. So those are the ones that you can't miss, and he missed them all the time. I have a question, or I posed this question yesterday, why does Jared Goff miss the open man so often? That's just the thing that frustrates me the most about him. Outside of everything else, man, it was a bad showing by everybody, but it's just consistently Jared Goff missed the open guy all the time. And at the end of the game, what would he average? 4.8 yards per attempt or per player, whatever it was. At one point in the game, which matches up, at one point in the game, he had 11 completions for 47 yards. It's just like, man, like that's, we ain't gonna win with that, man. And that was while our defense was playing. I ain't gonna say lights out, but as close as lights out as you can get, lights medium. So I don't know, man. We actually did get Hawk involved early. I like that. It didn't, amount to much. They put one thing I did like that I saw. They put Swaggy and Swifty on the field at the same time, but in that play, he threw it to the wrong man again. It was, it's better days are coming. I ain't gonna give up completely. I know he can look better because we've seen him look better here and other places. So they just got to figure out. Maybe it's just more on our offensive coaching staff. Maybe they just have to figure out the absolute best plays for him to call, and he can't mess up.
Yeah, definitely. So real quick, to wrap everything up real tight before we get to the boss up ball players. All right, defensive side of the ball, I think I agree with you, Jim. They played as hard as they could for as long as they could, but when they're on the field most of the game, you can't win that way with your defense on the field all the time. You run out of fresh bodies. They're huffing and puffing. You can see those guys. They're trying to change them out as fast as they could, but and you look at that because we held them, and even when they were running 3 and 4 wide receiver sets, what I'm saying, we were holding our own, but you only could ask those guys to cover so much on the outside, and you only could ask those guys up front to just stop the run and just play. They're just always on the field. On the offensive side of the ball, I don't think it's going on right now, and here's my synopsis of what I don't think that Jared Goff has a grasp of this offense. I just don't think he does. There's no checks. There's no, you can look how the defense is stacked in the box. There's no, hey, okay, let's kill this play because they're stacked up in the box. Let's kill it and come out for a different play. I haven't yet to see him audible, out of a play into a better play. It's just, you line it up and he just tries to run the play that's called. I'm like, come on, man, you got to look at the box. You got 9 guys in the box and you're trying to run the ball. Check out of that play. You know what I'm saying? Go swing it out, on a swing pass, or do a play action or something. Just audible out of this play. So I think he needs to have better control of the offense. I watched a maestro yesterday switching up plays on a different telecast of a different game, and I was just like, man, that guy, he's pretty good. So we'll leave that alone. But but if you look at
we'll see that guy next week. Oh
yeah, it's one of those things where I think it's a combination of we're not very talented, but we're not really in control of what we have in the offensive side of the ball. Our quarterback doesn't have control of his offense. He doesn't know it. And that's where he can get. And once you do that, you kind of get comfortable locking on to one read because that's the read you're comfortable with. And I think that may be a issue with him. But to wrap that up, man, that's just my take on the offense and defensive side of the ball. We need, and like Dan Campbell said, the leaders on this team have to step up. I think the defensive leaders have done that, but you can't do that the whole game when you're tired out, man. The time of possession was killing us. But on the offensive side of the ball, our number one leader on that side of the ball is the quarterback, and he needs to step up. And Dan Campbell did not sugarcoat that whatsoever. Definitely.
Yeah, Dan was really real about it. But I want you guys to just think about this. Offense, defense, all the players and whatever. This is a build. We did not expect them to be good. So when we're critiquing this team, we're expecting them to win and we're expecting them to be good. And that really wasn't the expectation going in. So we put our emotions to it instead of just looking at this, okay, it's a build. We have a quarterback. He's probably not the guy. So it doesn't matter what he's doing right now. To me, I don't care anymore.
Right. But because I get it, right? And that's everybody always say, where are the fans that wanted 10 wins? Okay, I understand, but shut up about that now. That's old. At least one. I think that's where the frustration is. It's like, 0-6, like I get it. I'm not personally over the top, man. I'm frustrated though, but it's like not one. Like I don't like to hear. Like I'm a prideful Lions fan. So when people get to talking junk about, the Jags got their win first, because they played at 9:30 in the morning, but we didn't get the win anyway. But it's just like that, man. It's like, come on, man, just at least one. I'm not up there. I'm not. I'm still here. Like I said, I understand. It's just frustration. It's like.
I totally get it. Curt, who are your boss up, ball out players of the week? This is going to be a tough one.
Before we get to that, let's make sure you go over and hang out with the virtual Lions fans over there in the virtual Lions fan hangout. Lions Nation Unite is brought to you by Team 84. You know who he is, Herman Moore. Go over and check it out. You can download the app on Android, Apple, or Google Play stores, or you can go to app Lions Nation Unite.com on your web browser on your computer. So go over and hang out with us on Lions Nation Unite. We're over there. Dose of Dion, Everything King. So many individuals over there on Lions Nation Unite. And I know it's tough being a Lions fans right now, but we can consult each other over there on that app. Definitely. All right. So now it's time for the boss up, ball out players of the game. I'll start on the defense. It has to be the young fella, Derek Barnes. He bossed up and ball out. Had a great deflection down there on the goal line, breaking up that pass to that tight end. The young fella is good. He is going to be a staple for that defense going forward. And an honorable mention goes out to the young fella, J.O. Julian Okwara. Had a pretty good game.
He had a game too.
What he was doing. On the offensive side of the ball, I don't even know. I mean, I think that to be honest with you, I can't pick a who bossed up and balled on the offense because it just didn't assist. Because you got the scores came in garbage time. So I'm not even gonna and I was trying to get my balled on players. The balled on players is the entire offense got balled on Sunday. Yep. They got balled on. They got stopped. They just weren't moving the ball. And some of it was just shoots. They shot themselves in the foot. And like I said, sometimes you ball on yourself. Penalties, false starts, holding. It was a crap show on the offensive side of the ball on Sunday. So I can't give anybody a good nod on as far as who got balled on. In the second, in the defenses, and I give them. They tried it the whole game, but Jerry Jacobs gave a big play, a couple of big plays to Jamar Chase. He held him as much as he could, but at the end of the day, you only can cover out there so long. He's huffing and puffing, trying to stay in front of Jamar Chase, and that's just a tough task. That guy's pretty good. So those are my bossed up, ball out, balled on players of the game. Who you guys got?
I have one on offense, actually. It's TJ Hawkinson. I thought Hawkinson played a good game, even though he's a little nicked up and stuff. And in the game, he didn't show it, puts the shoulder down, tries to get more yards, made the tackle on that sort of interception thing that I'm not even sure was one, to be quite honest about it.
Right.
He was on the ground to me, and I thought he was down. Anyway, could be wrong. But that's my defensive guy, or my offensive guy. My defensive guy, you know what? You took my guy. Derek Barnes, for me, just balled out. He was a 90 PFF rating on only 33 snaps. He did an excellent job. And you know what? On that tip, he almost came down with the ball. Yeah, I mean, he was pretty close to making an interception on that play. And so he showed off his speed. He showed off his versatility in the game. Tackles and pass breakups. So this is the linebacker that we've needed for quite a long time in Detroit. So the ball on players. Oh God, here we go. It's so hard not to say this, but my balled on player of the game is our left tackle, and I'm sorry, Penasine. No, I can't remember his name right now. I'm so sorry. Penei Sewell. I get the memory issues. You guys know that. Penei Sewell, he got bossed on. He really did. He got balled on. He got balled on. He got took a few times. And I hate to say this, the whole offensive line wasn't great. The run game wasn't great, but that offensive line was offensive in this game.
Yeah.
I have a different take. My balled on players on the offensive side, I was leaning towards Penei Sewell. Jared Goff only got sacked one time. He had time all day, consistently. He wasn't rushed much. That's where I believe that the frustration may come at the quarterback, because he had time. Guys were open. It's just the ball did not make it there.
And some of that is because we had no run game, which was the offensive line too.
And the one sack that they did get, which will probably they might credit to Sewell because he came from his side, but he had to chase him all the way to the other side to get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the play. But that's my boss up player on offense. I'll go with the young guy, Penei Sewell. And on defense, I like you guys' picks. I'm going to go with Levi Onwuzurike. When he got in, he made the left guard jump a couple times. He got in there, and I don't know if it was him that did it, but they had some problems at right guard, a couple injuries over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. And one of it was like a screen or whatever. Was the ball was hit him right in his chest, like he was right in the play. So good job on that, Levi. That's my boss up player on defense. Balled on players. Just the team, man. I ain't gonna point out anybody collectively. They, the defense held, man. They did the best they could, but we just didn't get the win. So the whole team got bossed on, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things. Yeah. You can't with the defense can't boss up, man. When they
balled on. My bad. I said bossed on.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
It's all good. The boss up balled on. That they got bossed. I mean, you can't expect them to boss up the whole game when they're on the field just too much.
36 minutes.
You're gonna get balled on if you're out there that much for a defense, because you're on the field for a sustained drive. You go to the bench for a second, and then next you right back out there on the field. So I mean, you only can expect those guys to do so much. But that's our bossed up, ball out, and balled on players of the week right here of Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And make sure you get yourself some gear. I don't know if you want to rock Lions gear. I'm gonna rock my Lions gear whenever, and I'm gonna go over to fanatics.com and get me some. Definitely click the link in the description below. A portion of the proceeds go to help us grow the content on this channel. And I got the new 2021 Nike Pegasus 38 Detroit Lions shoes coming. I ordered them this weekend. I used the doggone code in the link in the description. So I got them coming. They'll be here on Wednesday, and I make sure I go ahead and show you guys them when they come in. So go over to fanatics.com and get yourself some Lions gear or Michigan gear or whatever gear. Hockey season's now just started. Pistons are playing now. So get yourself some gear and use the link in the description below. Yes, they do. All right. All right. So now it's time for us to zip it and go over to the comment cards about what you had to say about the Thursday and Friday show. Jim, you up first.
Dag the Gare says, Jim, I thought you were alluding to Okuda's speed probably being permanently lowered because of the Achilles. Yes, actually, I believe that may happen. Remember how Barry turned Rod Woodson from a key cornerback to a slower safety by bowering his Achilles?
Yeah, I remember that.
I do.
Definitely. He definitely, took that
Barry
Achilles.
Did that to a few people, though.
I'll take your Achilles on the way out.
For
All
real.
right, so Brian Tangent says, I'm agreeing with Curt's take on Sewell. He was drafted with the thought of him being the right tackle. I said that. All right, for now, with Decker out, he had a chance to take the left tackle job, but he didn't dominate. He did early, but you can tell once you get, teams were scouting him and seeing his weaknesses, and they capitalized. They've been capitalized on it for the last couple of games. Like he needed to do for the Lions, decided to keep him there and do something else with Decker. I think he's going to switch back over to the right tackle. He's going to learn the game. He's going to grow. I'm not giving up on Sewell after a few games in the NFL. The kid's only 21 years old, and teams are scouting him. So, he's a test by fire right now. And Rashawn Slater, everybody keeps talking about that guy. He didn't look too great yesterday against Baltimore because they definitely ran roughshod over the Chargers yesterday.
They did.
King SJ says they got to keep the option open on moving Sewell back to right tackle once Decker is good to go again. I hope our D-line shows Cincy this weekend that they should not have passed on Sewell in the draft. Thank you for that, King SJ. We did not show them that they should have drafted and Sewell in the draft.
No, actually, that went the other way. Normalizo Bianca Machete. I think that's what it is. Hey, I'm a firm believer in quality. Invest in improving the imperfections of the team, and we have solid players first. Then the team will be top notch. I'm totally in agreement with this. I think what you mean there is that we need to improve the team because there is not quality on this team right now. And you know what? There are some players that are trying their hearts out. They really are, but they're just not. They're just not that caliber of player. They're not that superstar guy. And we need to get those. And they're coming. They're coming. Have patience.
We're especially if you look at the skill positions on both sides of the ball on the outside, our wide receiver core and our defensive backfield is full of practice squad players or undrafted free agents. So, all right, we got Philippines on demand. You know, he's friend of the show. POD, baby. The Lions don't have wide receivers who can stretch the field. Therefore, defenses can stack against the short passes. Goff doesn't go through progressions very well. No, he does not. Most recently, he had Swiftwater before TD. Yeah, he did again. I'm tired of Goff dinking dunk passes and underthrowing the first down sticks. Dude is afraid to throw the ball. My initial thought was start Blau against the Rams to minimize the Goff versus the Stafford circus. However, on further review, I say throw him out there and force him to take his medicine and not hide behind the back.
Ooh. Ooh. Where there's smoke, there is fire.
You know what, though? I definitely would. Khalif Raymond can stretch the field. But will it matter?
He threw a couple deep passes, but just didn't hit it.
If Goff can't throw the ball to him, get the ball to him down the field, what's the use of, stretching the field? If you can't get the ball, can't get thrown to the receivers, that's stretching the field. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think everybody knows that's a decoy now.
Yeah.
If I, just the comparison or the started a backup. Do you remember Sean Hill?
Yes, Sean.
Very good backup.
That was before Stafford was known for, I guess, completing the long passes consistently. It just seemed like the offense opened up once Sean Hill actually got a chance to play. So I just remember that part. Yeah. Galloping Lake 6, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, I agree with Dose of Dion. The pass protection better step up. We had a top 5 offensive line last year with Decker. He needs to come back.
You're missing Frank Ragnow too. I mean,
we're missing Frank Ragnow.
Big Bang Frank. Yep.
I don't think that the problem is the offensive line when you in any picture that you could. It's too many times he has clean pockets. I want to know if I'm certain there's a number on that, like a rate, like one of those analytic numbers of clean pockets that he's had. I'm certain. I'm interested in that, and I would be willing to bet that he's in the top third of the league in that.
My problem with that, though, is that they know we're going to pass because we could not run the ball. We had no running game whatsoever. So I think we needed to have the running game this whole year. We have had to have a running game, screen passes, all these things that, throws off that defense. And we just haven't done it well. And the offensive line, I think, is a source of that problem because Ragnow is a big dude and Taylor Decker's seasoned and a good left tackle. And then you throw the guy, I keep forgetting his name, Sewell, over to the right tackle position. And you've got a whole different offensive line right now. We're playing with Band-Aids, and that's just the way it is. But let's go to my favorite. But before,
if we can, I just want to pose this question. What happens if Sewell goes to the right side and Jared Goff still misses the open man?
No, it's going to happen regardless.
Well, yeah, it's going to happen regardless. I agree with that. I'm just saying
the reason why he's missing guys. That's my
I don't think it is. I think it contributes to it. Let's put it that way. I think Jared Goff's I don't think Jared Goff's a good quarterback. I've never said that he's a good quarterback, and I just don't think he is. But there's a lot of problems that are compounding this problem. We don't have great wide receivers. That's just the truth. And the people that were doing well, they're hurt too. We got to consider Tyrell Williams is hurt. What's the other guy? Quintez Cephas is hurt. And those were 2 guys he was going to. But it's not an excuse. This guy's really not that good, but neither is anybody else. So,
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Time to go to my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man, Curt.
Hey, Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. The football special is still on. 4 helmets, 4 logos, and 4 footballs for $35. You can get the link in the description below. Make sure if you don't want to go to Facebook, you can have the emails in the description as well. You can go over and check it out. You can order yourself some custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Now, the dessert with your man Curt is the one bright spot that we have on the roster right now. And that's who? Foxy himself. Foxy is bad when the best player on the team is the punter.
That's
the
sad.
guy is leading the league in net punt per average at 45.8. That is definitely ridiculous. He's second in the league in averaging 51.5 yards per punt. So my man Foxy is doing his thing. You got to look at the game yesterday. The guy was flipping the field like it was just ridiculous how many times he just goes out and flips the field. Definitely does his thing. He definitely can pin teams down in the red zone. He has 5 down punts within in that coffin corner type of deal where he's looking at that. So he's even has didn't have a lot of return yards for the amount of times he's punted. He's because the players just don't return them because either they're getting down in the red zone. But 51.5 for his average and a 45.8 yards per average for net punts is ridiculous. So shout out to my man Foxy for doing his thing over there on our special teams. But that's always a hard thing to swallow when your punter is your best player on your team right now. So that's your dessert with your man Curt. We're brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on.
Final thoughts for today is this team is a bad team, and you have to realize that it's not just one position. Even though that offense was terrible, I didn't see a lot of runs that I didn't see a great running game today. I didn't see, I know that Jared Goff is not a good quarterback. I know that. We all see it. But if you're going to replace him, how do you do that? Do you sit him down for Blau at this point? I don't think it matters. Does it really matter this year? And I know our hearts are in every game. Every single game we want to win. And when we see play like that, we just want to rip that dude apart. And that I can understand that. I really do. I understand the hate. Maybe even towards Campbell, maybe even towards the staff or Anthony Lynn. All of that can be deserved. They're all human. They're just starting out with a terrible roster. And you know what? I think we need to pump the brakes again and just realize that this is a build. This is the first year of basically an expansion team to me. If you look at it in that way, it's going to take some time to build this team. And I believe we have the people to do it, but those people are going to make mistakes and learn on the job as well. We can't bury them before the final product is here. And I think that's what we're doing. I don't think we get rid of Goff because there's really no reason to get rid of Goff. The team is bad. That's it. The team is bad. So we're calling for everybody's head and all this because we're 0-6. But the thing is, it's a build, and that's the way I see it. And I see patience because if we go and do something rash and we bring a different quarterback in here or we trade for a guy or whatever, he won't do any better with this team. And if you draft somebody and we should have drafted Justin Fields. You think Justin Fields is going to take this team to the playoffs? Are you serious? Heck no. So pump the brakes on all this stuff. We're doing the right thing. We are building the trenches, and we're going to get another opportunity to add to that defense in the offseason and make that even better than what it is now. And we'll get our offensive linemen back next year. And that's another big thing that's hurting us now. That's my final thoughts for today.
My final thoughts on this Manscaped Monday is, it happens, man. It's like, we were during the build. There's a lot of things to say. I personally feel that we are better than 0-6, but that's the record. So, ain't not much we can do about that. Brighter days are coming, though. You got to believe in that, rather it be with Goff or whoever else. I'm just anxious to see what we can build on, man. Just, don't take this loss that hard. We got the Rams coming up next week. I think I already said it earlier this year, the most Lions thing for them to do will be if it is next week, but the most Lions thing for them to do will be go out and beat Matt Stafford and them. So, hey, maybe we'll get that wish. I don't know, but don't get too down on it. It is frustrating, man. But we knew it was going to be this way.
Yeah, definitely. My final thoughts is, bruh, you tripping? You think we about to call? I'm never wish for the Lions to lose, but
No.
right now I'm just being realistic. You look at the team right now as it constructed. It's just you're playing a bunch of backups, practice squad players who've kind of come up and try to make themselves a name for themselves. Some guys are doing good, some guys are doing bad, but then you have things that just aren't going with our way. It's just Murphy's Law right now. The players that were top tier, some of those guys are out with injury. So, there's a lot you can do with that. So you just kind of, go with the flow. I didn't think the season was going to be great in the beginning. So I got to keep 100. You know what I'm saying? I never want the Lions to lose, but you got to be realistic and, in my assessment of the Lions right now. And the one thing I can say about bringing David Blau in is that maybe he has a connection with some of those guys who were playing backup. So, because he practiced with those guys. So maybe he may have a better connection with the guys that are playing right now because they were playing with him in the second team drills and practices, right? In the 707s, they're playing with Blau. They're not playing with Jared Goff. So maybe he may have a better connection with those guys. Maybe give him a series to see what he can do, or a series or two or whatever. You never know. I'm not, and I'm not saying make a wholesale changes right now because you got what you got. Hell, who you going to change it out with? Nobody. You can't change it out with people that you don't have. It just is what it is. But let's take a walk over to the Wall of Fame to see who we have on that thing today. Okay, definitely we have Detroit Drew, DSA member. Starts out our bronze members. We have Midwest Lion, the Latino Leo, Brian Stover. We have Bo Gagrius. Justin, man, I needed a whole case of them things. 10K. Sage Roberts, definitely. We got Sub-Z Trap City Boys Entertainment. We got Smoking Jeremy B is on the Wall of Fame, my man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for joining that Wall of Fame for us, brother. We got Crystal Wiley, Bubba Boat, John Kapler. And shout out to John Kapler. He tried it this weekend. He stepped up and played your boy Curt in the Super Draft Fantasy. He got beat by 54. We got Art Allen. We got the Flintstone. Yabba Dabba Doo. Man, we need some of that magic from that Yabba Dabba Doo. We got Jimbo G is in the building. The Flintstone extraordinaire. We got David Anderson, and we got the king of everything, Mr. Everything King, rounds out our bronze members. We have several members. We have Nomus J. Got some great content over his channel. What's up, Gnome? Then we have Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold. I see you over there in the LNU, my dude. The Batman of the 313. Man, you need to come save somebody, man.
God,
yes. Need some help.
We're sending up that signal.
We got John Martin. We got Mr. Frenchie himself, Mr. Baguettes and all that good stuff, Mr. Scotty the Bear. And we have Lions. We can say it here because we haven't said it much in the stadium. We got gold members. We have Michael Huck, Mr. Reliable himself, Just in the D, Pride 74, Doug Prince 72, the Inspirational, because we need it right now, Eternal C. Burley, Dominic Davis, Larry McQuiston. The F5 is in the building. The tornado is blowing through. Then we have Bob Karowski, Big Ferg himself, Matthew Ferguson. Go check those articles out on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. Randall Flag 606. We got Miles Gibbs, the Gridiron Blitz, Mr. Rough and Raw himself, North End Ken. Stay safe on those roadways, my dude. And we have the Doctor. Dr. Detroit is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click the join now in the description.
Yeah, I you know what? This has been a tough loss. And I noticed something else. There's one more thing I wanted to bring out before we close the show. And the one thing is that after we've been beaten, like gut punch beaten, we don't show up to the next game. And that's troubling. So far, we get beat by that last second field goal. Next game, with Baltimore. And then the next game flops. And then here it is again. So it's a trend. Let's see if it continues. I hope Dan Campbell is pissed off enough to take care of that. Definitely. All right, now it's time to get on out of here, man. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And it's Manscaped Monday.
Go over and get you some tools for your family jewels over there on manscaped.com. Use that code DLOTP and get 20% off your order and free worldwide shipping. It's Monday. The grind starts today. So we got to go ahead, throw it out the window. You know, it is what it is. The game is over. On to the next game. We got the Rams coming up next. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So we got to go ahead and move on to that. Hey, thank you for checking us out right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Click the subscribe button. Get on the march to 10,000 with us right here. Get on the bus, Gus. Get on this train, Wayne, because it ain't going to be bad the whole time. Sunshine is going to be coming soon. Not real soon, but it's coming soon enough. So stick with the team. We're going to be right here for you right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. We got your 12-step program right here for your Hopium and your Kool-Aid Anonymous program right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. So it's Monday. We enjoyed you guys being here with us. You know, so you need to do crumbs off your mouth, finish that drink, and get back to work. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.